Hi guys, welcome back to a new Boom Beach video. Today, I'm here on my level 73 account. Today, we are going to finish up the mortars. I have one goal today is to farm up this much loot. We're going to get it done in probably 10 minutes. So if you guys want to learn how to do that, definitely stay around. And if you're avid watcher of this channel, you already know what we're doing. Guys, I boosted up all of my resource reward. This here is 264% resource reward. And then if I go over here, I also have an additional 50%. So all of that combined, we're over 300% resource reward. Hopefully I did all my math right. And that is how we're gonna farm up a lot of loot fast. I really love the tribe boost. That helps a lot, but it's definitely not something that we need to get this upgrade done, simply because I have so many other resource reward statues. So this is a perfect base to start us off with. Just a good solid amount of loot, you know, not the most amount of loot I've seen by any means, but a good solid amount of loot. We always like seeing over 150 of each loot when I'm trying to find a player, because when you have a 300% resource reward boost, that goes up to like 500,000, I think. Yeah, so I mean, it's good. It's really good. You definitely want to get resource reward. It means you can attack a fraction of the bases and get the same amount of loot as someone that doesn't have any resource reward. So it's definitely something that you want to grab. Look at this, 1 million of each loot. That there is about 5 million total. So I've definitely hit bases that have had more loot than that, but that's a good way to start us off. We're literally gonna get 2 million gold from this base, which is crazy. That's a lot of gold. That's a crazy amount of gold. Okay, I accidentally flared to the core, I think. Maybe not. I'm just keeping my smokes pretty close, because once we get closer, I'll know for sure if they're going to the core. Yeah, they're going to the core. That's fine. Not something you usually want to do, but this guy's base is a heart, so it's not really something that's going to hurt us. Get those shocks out, getting a med kit out. I mean, you can add up the amount of loot I'm getting per second. That would be... I would pin that comment. If someone adds up the amount of loot I got in this video per second, that's actually something I should try to get the record on. If you attack one base, that's probably the most optimal if you're trying to get the most amount of loot per second of attacking. Probably just finding a base that has a lot of loot. But I just want to know for the entire video, how much loot did I farm up total, and what is it per second that I'm farming up? Because I think that would be a good number to see. So if anyone does all that math, I'll pin their comment below. The first person probably, and hopefully the first person is right. Okay, level 65 drops. I mean, I'm just using warriors, best combination in the game. That guy really didn't have much loot, but we'll, I mean, he didn't have a lot of loot, but I still got a lot of loot because of my resource reward boost. And you guys are probably tired of me hitting you guys on the head with a hammer about all this loot, all this resource reward. It really makes a big difference. Take it from me, who has upgraded multiple accounts to a high level. The one thing I always come back to when I have to do a bunch of upgrades or a bunch of big upgrades is resource reward. That's what I come down to. It's really hard for me to farm up the loot if I don't have any resource reward. So if you guys are struggling, just get more resource reward down. And of course, you would be taking away offensive statues, hopefully, not defenses or not life statues. I mean, I hope, if anything, this video proves that resource reward is better than life statues. That's the one thing I don't want you guys to believe in. There we go. We have enough for the mortar. I do have a second builder, so we're going to keep attacking, trying to get our second builder some action. What I was saying, though, before I cut myself off, is you might be taking away offensive statues, which might make it harder for you to defeat certain bases, and I totally understand. It's a very fine line between having enough resource reward statues to get upgrades done and being able to defeat players with the statues you have. And it's easy for me to sit up here at level 73 and be like, you just need more resource reward statues. But in reality, it gets... I can't believe I messed that up. I'm going to lose this. In reality, it gets very, very tough because you have to have a balance between resource reward and also gumbo energy, troop damage, troop health statues. So this guy really doesn't have a lot of loot. We're going to find a new opponent. It's not only because I lost, it's also because he didn't have that much loot. This guy somehow has less of the loot I need and more of the loot I don't need than the last guy. But anyway, the advice I always give to people that are stuck in that boat is just use warriors. Warriors are strong. Warriors are beefy. Warriors will help you defeat high-level players. Boost up your offensive statues if you have to, but get warriors down. Get really, really good with warriors, because at a high level, warriors are one of the best troops still. And that's pretty rare when you unlock a troop early on in the game. I mean, you shouldn't be using warriors before you get smoked. So level 32, once you unlock smoke, all the way up until you're done. I mean, I'm still using warriors. I've always used warriors, and they're one of the best combinations. So that's probably the advice I would give. You probably just have to boost up your offensive statues. I know that might not be what people want to hear, though. Okay, I don't know how much is on this shield generator. Honestly, it might have been better if I just would barred it out. We have a few rocket launchers that are just going to be hitting those troops. In the meantime, let's take out some mines because I want to be able to walk up to the core. Honestly, pretty good. Good job, guys. We'll get a couple artillery down. I think that's a pretty, yeah, that was a low level shield generator. I don't really know why this player would have a shield generator. My view on prototypes is, unless I'm pushing, I'm not going to drop down any, or if I'm making a video. And the reason behind that is people that are pushing need a lot of prototypes. You need to have 3 maxed out prototypes all the time. Otherwise, there's a whole group of players that will be able to defeat you. So having 3 maxed out prototypes is definitely useful. So in my mind, you should be saving your prototype parts for when you push. Now, you don't have to push to the leaderboard. You just have to push to a goal. I think most Boom Beach players have some goal that they want to hit, and most Boom Beach players, I feel like, go on a Boom Beach push and try to hit that goal. So that's good. I think it brings a lot of benefits. I'm going to find a new opponent to get more loot. It brings a lot more maturity in like the way you play Boom Beach. I mean, you can tell players that have pushed, they understand a lot more about the game. When I pushed a while back before instant training, I learned so much about the game. I learned how to use warriors at a very high level because everyone, literally everyone, had 1 or 2 shield generators. Literally everyone had ice statues. Like, I pushed up to 1250, and at the time that was pretty high. But again, like, you need to be able to defeat those players if you're pushing, and you need to be able to drop down prototypes to help you. I know I said 3 prototypes, and the reason I kind of got caught off guard in the middle of that attack is actually we have 4 maxed out prototypes you can drop now. So that makes it even harder for you to push. But I just want to look at a top player because I don't know if I've viewed a top player since we've gotten 4 prototypes. Looks like he's going with the grapplers and the shield generators, which I'm a little curious about why they're going with that approach, because I thought a lot of top players use the rifleman bombardier combination. Maybe it's the best one at that point, but riflemen and grapplers is something that, I mean grapplers aren't something that hurt your riflemen, so I'm not sure what's happening there. Look at that though, we cleared the entire base. Very, very nice. I mean, we still have Dr. T, but I don't think I'm going to get enough loot to do another big upgrade. I think the next cheapest thing is this little flamethrower. Actually, if I defeat Dr. T, I'll have enough loot to do a flamethrower. So I'm going to attack Dr. T on my own. This video is getting a little long, so I'll get that going. But I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down below if you compute that loot per second. Also, make sure you guys are using code Cosmic in the shop before you purchase anything. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.